My girlfriend said, "You will love the twist." I replied, "What twist?" Then I photographed her journal, collected every receipt, quietly kicked her out of my condo, and I just smiled because she had no idea the real twist was still coming. Original post: I am 29. My girlfriend, Hannah, is 27. We have been together a little over 2 years. No kids, no pets. We live in my condo on the edge of the city. I work as a network admin for a mid-size firm. She works in sales for a software company. She moved in last year when her lease ended. I pay the mortgage. She covers some bills. On paper it looked fair. Our life was simple. Work, gym, takeout, Netflix. She liked to say we were low drama and secure. I believed her. I did not go through her phone. I did not question her happy hours. I liked my quiet. 6 months ago, small things started to feel off. At first it was her phone always face down. Then it was late calls with clients that went past midnight. Then it was a new perfume she said she bought because of a TikTok. It smelled like something you wear to be seen, not to sit on a couch. I asked once, "Are you okay? You seem busy lately." She smiled. "I am just grinding, babe. Q4 is nuts. Trust me, it will pay off." I let it go. I told myself I was being paranoid. My last relationship had ended with cheating. I did not want to project that onto her. 2 weeks later, she sent me a text while I was at work. "You are going to love the twist in our story," with a winky face. I wrote back, "What twist?" She replied, "You will see, just trust the process." The wording sat strange in my head. Twist, process. It sounded like she was watching us from outside, like a show. That night she came home with a small notebook tucked under her arm, brown cover, elastic band. She called it her mind dump journal. She said her therapist told her to write more. I thought that was good. The next day was Saturday. She left early for a team brunch and said she might stay out for drinks. I stayed home, cleaned, did laundry, played some games. Around noon, I went to wipe the coffee table and saw the notebook still there. I meant to move it. That was it. Then I saw my own name written on the edge of a page where the cover gaped. I stared at it for a long time. I told myself not to pry. I told myself it was her private space. Then I thought about the text, the twist, the late nights, the new perfume. I opened the journal. On one page in her sharp handwriting, the title read, "Backup Boyfriend Update 6 months in." My vision went narrow. I read every word. She had written about a guy from her gym. His name was Mark. They had started as lifting buddies. 6 months ago, she wrote, they had crossed a line. She called him her insurance policy in case things with me got too boring. She wrote about sneaking out for lunch dates, about staying over at his place when she told me she was at a girls' night. She wrote that she loved the control, that she liked having 2 tracks running at once. Near the bottom of the page, one line stood out. "If things blow up, I will just say we were never officially exclusive. He never even asked me. Technicality saves the day." I set the journal down. My hands did not shake. My heart did not race. I just felt a cold, flat line move through me. I did not call her. I did not send a text. I did not throw anything. I took out my phone. I snapped photos of the pages. Every word, every date, every little heart she had drawn next to his name. Then I closed the journal, put it back in the exact spot, and sat down with my laptop. I opened a new note. I typed a title, "Exit Plan." Update 1. I did not confront her that day or the next. I wanted full proof. I wanted dates, names, and places, not just her words on paper. Over the next week, I watched in silence. When she said she had a late client dinner, I checked our shared calendar and noted the times. When she said she was crashing at Jenna's, I noted the address she ordered ride shares to. Nothing dramatic, just small data points. On Thursday, she said, "I am going to the gym after work. Then I might hit the sauna. Do not wait up." I smiled and said, "Cool. I might stay late at the office too." I did not stay late. Instead, I left an hour early. I drove to her gym and parked far back. I could see the front doors from my car. 30 minutes later, she walked out in leggings and a cropped hoodie. Not alone. A tall guy in a tank top walked beside her. They laughed. He touched the small of her back like he had done it 100 times. They did not go to the parking lot. They turned left and walked toward the street. I watched them call a rideshare and get into the same car. I pulled out my phone. I snapped a photo of them together at the curb, her head tipped back in a laugh, his hands still on her back. Then I opened the rideshare app we both used. Our account is shared because she once forgot her login. I looked at the last trip. Same time, pick up at the gym, drop off at an address across town, Mark's address according to her journal. I took a screenshot, then I went home. When she came in around midnight, she smelled like his cologne under her perfume. She kicked off her shoes, dropped her bag, and slid onto the couch next to me. Long sauna, I said. She laughed. You know how it is, steam, time vanishes, I nodded. Yeah, time is funny. I slept next to her that night. I breathed steady. In the morning, when she left for work, I told her I would be working from home. As soon as the door shut, I pulled her journal out again, new entry. Last night with him felt risky but good. Still no idea what Jay would even do if he found out. Probably panic and shut down. He hates conflict. That is why this works. I took more photos, then I printed everything. Journal pages, rideshare receipts, the photo I took outside the gym, I put them into a simple folder and waited. That evening she came home at her normal time. She dropped her bag on the chair, went to the kitchen and opened the fridge. Leftover pasta, she called. Want me to heat it up? I already ate, I said. We need to talk. She froze for a split second. Then she turned with a smile that did not reach her eyes. Wow, serious voice, what is up? I picked up the folder from the coffee table and set it in front of her. Start with the first page, I said. Read it, then keep going. Her face shifted as she opened it. First confusion, then recognition. Then a kind of sickly gray. This is private, she said. Her voice was thin. You went through my journal. I did, I said. It was on our table. My name was on the page. I read what you wrote. Then I watched you. Then I got proof. She flipped through the pages. Her fingers shook. Backup boyfriend update, I said. 6 months in. Insurance policy, 2 tracks running at once. We were never officially exclusive. That part is interesting. Her jaw tightened. We never had a formal talk, you know that. We just started dating. I never agreed to some lockdown deal. I stared at her. You live in my condo, you call me your boyfriend, you left toothbrushes and shoes and your entire closet in my space. That is exclusivity in every language I know. She slammed the folder shut. You are ignoring the part where you invaded my privacy. I am looking at the part where you invaded our relationship, I said, and since you like technicalities, here is one. You can pack your things and be out of my place by Sunday. Her eyes filled with tears. You cannot do that. I have nowhere to go on this short notice. You had somewhere to go last night, I said, my voice calm. You had somewhere to go 6 months ago. You have options. She tried another angle. He is just a backup. You are the main thing. I was scared, okay? I wanted security. That is all. So you got a second boyfriend, I said. That is not security. That is selfish. She grabbed the folder and held it to her chest. If you tell anyone about this, I swear I will make you look insane. You know I can. People listen to me. I shrugged. I am not going to scream. I am not going to post, but if you lie about me, I will send copies to anyone who asks. Simple. I stepped back. You have until Sunday, I said. After that, I am changing the locks. I picked up my keys and walked out. I heard her start to cry as the door closed, but I did not stop. Update 2, the next days were quiet chaos. I stayed with my brother for the weekend. I let Hannah pack without me there. On Saturday, she sent a long message. I am taking the couch, the kitchen set, and my dresser. That is fair since you own the place. I replied, take your things only. Anything you did not buy stays. I will check the cameras. Yes, I had cameras, small ones, one in the living room, one pointing at the front door, nothing hidden in private spaces. I had installed them after a break-in years ago and never removed them. On Sunday afternoon, I drove by. Her car was gone. The key she used was on the counter. Most of her stuff was out. She had taken a few small things that were technically mine, a blanket, some dishes. I decided it was not worth a fight. I changed the locks the next day. That is when her retaliation started. First, it was social media. She posted long stories about men who cannot commit and abusive partners who control your space and go through your mind. She never used my name, but the timing was clear. Some mutual friends sent screenshots. One message said, "Is this about you? Are you okay?" I did not rant. I did not attack her in comments. I replied to each person with the same line. She kept a detailed journal about her 6-month-long backup boyfriend while living with me. I found it. If you want to see a page, I can send one. A few asked to see. I sent one entry with names blacked out, just enough. The tone changed fast. People who had liked her posts went quiet. A couple messaged me to say they believed me. One of her own coworkers wrote, "That is rough." I am sorry. Hannah did not stop. She put up a long post about being punished for exploring non-monogamy and men using housing as control. It got some support at first, then Mark's name started to show up in my inbox. I had not reached out to him. I did not owe him anything. But one evening I got a message from a woman named Claire. "Hi, I think we need to talk. I am Mark's girlfriend, or I was." She had found Hannah's public posts and connected the dots. She had gone through Mark's phone when he left it unattended. She saw messages with Hannah. Plans, photos, the usual. I asked if she wanted proof. She said yes, so I sent her a copy of the backup boyfriend update 6 months in page, unedited. She replied after 10 minutes. "Thank you, that is all I needed." Later I heard from a mutual at Hannah's work. Someone had shown the journal page to HR. Not because of morals, but because Hannah had named clients and mentioned using client meetings as cover for personal plans. Their company took that seriously. They did not fire her on the spot, but they put her on a performance plan. They pulled her from a major account. Her commission took a hit. Her Q4 grind had a cost. Mark had it worse at home. Claire left him. She also told people in their friend group exactly why. His gym buddies found out he had been sneaking around with someone who called him an insurance policy. Respect dropped fast. Hannah sent me a furious text. "You ruined my life. Are you happy now?" I wrote back. "You wrote the journal. You chose the actions. I simply stopped covering for you." After that, I stopped answering her unless it was about something practical. There was not much left to cover. She no longer had keys. Her name was not on my deed. She had no legal claim to my space. Within a month, the noise died down. People moved on, at least in public. In private, her reputation was different. Not as the victim, as the one who tried to spin a story and got caught in her own words. For the first time since all this started, I felt like I had control of my own life again. Update 3 months after she moved out, Hannah texted again. "Can we please talk?" "Just once. I am not trying to get you back. I just need closure." I stared at the message for a while. My first instinct was to ignore it. Total silence had been working. Then I thought about it. I realized I was not afraid of her words anymore, so I replied. 30 minutes, public place, coffee shop on Maple, that is it." She agreed. When I walked in, she was already there. She looked smaller somehow, less polished. Her hair was pulled back in a messy knot. No full face of makeup, just tired eyes and a worn hoodie. "Hey," she said. I sat down across from her. "Hey." There was a long pause. "You look good," she said. "Healthier?" "I sleep now," I said. "Helps," she winced. "I deserve that." "You deserve what you chose," I said. "So do I. That is why we are here." She took a breath. I wanted to say I am sorry for the cheating, for the journal, for the posts, all of it. I was angry and scared, and I handled it like a child. I nodded once. "Okay," she blinked. "That is it." "What do you want me to say?" I asked. "I believe you are sorry. I also believe you like control. You wrote about it. You liked having a backup. You liked knowing you could fall back if you got bored. That is not something I can forget just because you say sorry." Her voice shook a little. "Do you ever miss me, even a little?" I thought about it. "I miss the version of you I thought I was with," I said. "The honest one, the one who chose me and only me. Then I remember she did not exist." She looked down at her hands. "I hate that you shared my journal page." "I shared one page with a few people who needed context or were already hurt by it," I said. "You shared a twisted story about me with anyone who would listen." "I told the truth, Hannah. That is the difference." She leaned back. "They put me on probation at work. I might lose my job next quarter. Mark's friends will not talk to me." "He blames me for everything." I raised an eyebrow. "He could have said no. He did not. That is on him. Just like my choices are on me. I am not here to fix your fallout." She swallowed. "I thought maybe we could try again one day, start over, clean slate." "No," I said. The word came out calm and firm. There is no version of my life where I go back to someone who called me boring in print and kept a backup boyfriend while sleeping in my bed. That door is closed. Tears slid down her face. So that is it. It was at the day I found your journal, I said. I just needed time to act. Now I am done. She nodded slowly. You are different, colder. I am clearer, I said. I know what respect looks like now. I did not before. She wiped her cheek. If we run into each other again, what do you want me to do? Say hi, pretend we do not know each other. Do what makes you feel least guilty, I said. I will be fine either way. I checked the time on my phone. Our 30 minutes are up, I said. I hope you figure out why you need a backup for everything. But I am not going to be part of that work. I stood up. She did not stop me. I walked out into the air and felt light. Not happy, not sad, just free. Final update, it has been 8 months since that coffee. Life is not perfect, but it is mine. I still live in the same condo. It feels bigger now, not because of space, because of quiet, no late night lies, no hidden tracks. I focused on work. I picked up a certification my boss had been nudging me about. It paid off. I moved into a senior role, slight raise, better hours. More say in my own schedule. I also focused on myself. I kept going to the gym, not to impress anyone. Just to feel steady in my own body. I cooked more. Real meals, not just takeout. I got a plant. It is still alive. That feels like a small win. I started therapy. I learned a lot about patterns, about why I ignored my gut when it first twisted, why I let low drama be an excuse for not asking real questions. It was not comfortable, but it was honest. I date carefully. I tell people early that honesty is a hard line for me, not just about cheating. About everything, feelings, doubts, plans. If someone flinches at that, I know to walk away. I hear about Hannah sometimes. She did lose her job. They let her go when her numbers slipped and her client reviews mentioned trust issues. She moved in with a friend. Then with her sister. The backup boyfriend is out of the picture. He tried to message me once. I blocked him without reading. Mutual friends say she tells the story differently now, less about me being controlling, more about her self-sabotage. That is between her and her therapist. I do not need to correct it. The people who matter already saw the truth. Sometimes I think back to that text. You are going to love the twist in our story. She was right in one way. There was a twist. She thought it would be her running 2 tracks forever. Juggling men like insurance policies. The real twist was simple. The backup plan walked away. The main plan closed the door. And I learned that the first sign of respect is not what someone writes about you in a journal. It is whether they need a secret chapter at all.